today I'm actually going on a field trip with my office manager. She's taken a couple of us to different properties to just show us how to do a proper showing of a listing. And we went to one where she went over everything with us, and now we're going to the second one where we have to basically repeat back to her everything that we learned about showing a property to a buyer. This is the community.
And then you guys are going to show me the house. I'm going to be the buyer. Okay?
Okay.
So, one of the things is if you look at the roof here, wonder what the ceiling inside the garage looks like. If there's any issues going on with that. The house is built in 96. You're not technically supposed to go in.
Okay.
It is considered trespassing.
Okay.
Now, if the house is vacant, I would say if you're not like an hour early, you could go in or try and reschedule it. But maybe instead of just going right in, maybe do a walk around the house. Yeah. Wait till 5 minutes. Okay. Are you gonna mow the yard, or are you gonna have somebody else take care of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying. Instead of just saying, this is a really big yard, it's a lot of work.
Exactly. So this is the crawl space. So
It's wide open, huh?
This is a really big crawl space.
There's
Oh,
no
yeah, it's
crawling involved
huge.
whatsoever.
So usually you cannot actually walk into the crawl
Yeah.
space. However, we can on this one. So what you want to do, if it's a tiny one, you still want to open it, you still want to stick your head in it, and you want to see, is there a moisture barrier? Do you see any water anywhere? And the really, really big important thing is, what does it smell like?
Yeah.
If it smells like mold, there probably is mold.
Yeah. Right.
And you definitely want to let your client know about that. That doesn't necessarily mean that this is a bad house.
Right.
It might just mean that it needs a new encapsulation or an
Installation looks new.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
it definitely looks
Yeah.
like new insulation.
Water is one of the worst, if not the worst thing for a house.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the biggest crawl space.
This is the biggest
this
crawl
is
space
a
I've ever
I've
really
ever
huge
been.
crawl
This is like
space.
a borderline basement.
Right.
Yeah. You know, with older homes, we want to make sure that these don't look like wonky or they're falling down. This one actually looks kind of crooked, but it looks like they did actually repair it because you can see the brick there.
No, it's just the way it looks.
It's just the way it looks.
It kind of looks like water coming out of it, doesn't it?
It does, but I mean, it hasn't rained and it's
Yeah.
not damp at all. I think maybe that's just the way it is. I think, you know, maybe. So,
I bet this is like a contractor's like Are you the one that opened this already?
no, it was already.
So we couldn't get into that house because I guess another agent left with the key. So we are pulling up to another showing. This is the backyard, which is a pretty nice sized yard. Looks like they built a deck here, which is really nice and a good accent. It's a lot of yard space. Do you plan to hire someone to keep up the grass for you, or would you do it yourself?
No, I'd probably do it myself.
You do it yourself?
I like doing yard work.
Okay. As you can see, it's fenced in.
Yep.
That's always a good thing. And they had a fire pit here.
Okay.
Yep. It's a really nice space for cookouts and, you know, just to entertain.
Okay. So do you see anything that I should be concerned about out here?
I don't.
Okay. want to notice like the way like this trim looks. So this is some water damage, things
Okay.
like this, the trim. So if you had a client that was getting an FHA loan, an FHA appraiser might call this out. And
Okay.
what I mean by that is they will not let the house close until things like this are repaired.
Okay.
Same thing with the peeling paint on the deck.
Okay.
More than most likely, an FHA VA appraiser would also call that out. Cannot have peeling paint or wood rot, especially on the outside. And then the other thing is look at the window.
Oh, the window, the fog, so there may be some...
So the seal on this window is definitely broken.
Okay.
So again, just pointing it out to the client, just making you aware the seal is definitely broken on this window. This is something that we look for. It doesn't change the way the window works. It's just strictly cosmetic.
Okay.
There's no lights anywhere. Does it have a closet? So yeah,
Yeah.
the room.
So I'll ask Letitia this question because I asked you one of the hard ones. So, how much, what is that fee called that I have to give the deposit? What's that called?
Earnest money? Or are you talking about your due diligence fee?
Yeah, what is that?
So the due diligence fee is the fee that you'll pay to take the house off the market.
Okay.
However, that money goes straight to the seller.
Okay.
And it is non-refundable.
Okay.
And you have a certain period that you have to do your due diligence. Basically, your due diligence period is when you do like your inspections and
Okay.
different things like that for the home.
Okay.
Once the due diligence period is up, you have a certain amount of time, basically. So, like, we could say, okay, due diligence period will be from today until 45 days from now at 5 p.m.
Okay.
Up until that time, you have all that time to do all of your inspections.
Okay. So I don't get that money back?
No, because what you did with that money is you gave it to your seller, the seller's agent. They gave it to their seller to deposit into their account.
Okay.
And that money tells the seller that the house is off the market.
Yep.
And that we have a potential buyer that's interested in the house. Also, that money will be credited back to you at closing.
So I do get it back.
You do get it back, but not like in cash, but at closing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So you got to be careful with that.
Okay.
So you do get